Greetings from the Children's Science Center. As you can see, we don't have any kids here. So we wanted to say Happy St. Patrick's Day to you all via the web and do a special experiment that will make a rainbow, a St. Patrick's Day rainbow. And to do this experiment, I have some simple household supplies as well as water. Can everyone see this water in here? Who's been drinking their water recently? I have. You have, John? Awesome. So this experiment is just going to use water and some simple stuff. Right now this water is not a rainbow. We know that normally rainbows outside do come from water right after it rains, right? But we're going to do something a little bit different. So the special name or chemical formula for water is H2O. And as you may know, that means there are two hydrogen atoms attached to one oxygen atom. My hands are my hydrogen atoms right now. My head is my oxygen atom. I kind of look like a Mickey Mouse a little bit. So sometimes those hydrogen atoms will actually break off the water and kind of float around. So in this water, H2O right now, I have some extra H's floating around right there. Can you see those? Do you think I can count the hydrogen atoms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I can't count those. So I am going to use something that will tell me how many are in there. It will measure it for me. So, nope, not a ruler, not a measuring tape. Okay, I am going to use my pH indicator. This will measure the presence of hydrogen. So let's pour a little bit in. Oh, what's gonna happen? Oh wait, it just turned green. Okay, I'll do a little bit more. So, as you can see, our water is green right now. Happy St. Patrick's Day, again. If you're Irish, please stay 6 feet away from me. Just kidding. Everyone stay 6 feet away from each other. So this water is green right now, which is a great thing. That water is matching this one, maybe a little bit close to this one. That means it's about a 7 or an 8 on the pH scale. It's neutral. It doesn't have too many hydrogens or too little. And that's a good thing. We want our water to be about neutral. Now let me see. I'm going to put in some cleaning supplies. This is borax, like you would use to make slime. So let's shake a little bit of that in there. And let's see if I can get this to change color at all. Is that looking a little darker green, almost kind of blue? So that means there are less of those extra hydrogen ions in there, and it is a base. So a little bit closer to a 9 on our pH scale, but maybe still a little bit of an 8 in between 8 and 9. Let's see if I can get it to be really basic. I have an even stronger cleaning supply, some 409. So again, some basic household items. Let's see if I can get it to be an even darker color of a base. You can see that's really kind of more blue than green. Now, we said we have a base and neutral somewhere in the middle when it was green. But now let's talk about acids. An acid is when there are a lot of hydrogen ions in there. And you might be thinking, an acid, burn my skin off. But who drank their orange juice this morning? Anyone? I did. I drank some lemonade. Citric acid, or ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, is an acid. So if you drink orange juice, if you like sour candy, if any parents drank some coffee, those are all acids. So they might make your tummy feel weird if you don't have too much in it, but they're not really that dangerous in small amounts. So I have this citric acid here. It comes from lemons, limes, things like that. It can also be used on sour candy. It tastes pretty great. And I'm going to see if I can put some acids in there and change this back. So first, it's going to go back through its neutral stage. Oh, and you know what? That happened pretty fast. So you can see it's starting to kind of turn green, neutral. But what color is it at the bottom? Do you see that bright red? Let's see if I can get this whole thing to be red. Let's put even some more citric acid in there. Let's see if we can get the whole rainbow. We got some blue, we got some green. Let's see if we can get some yellow. Oh my goodness! And it's bright red. So that was about a 4 on the pH scale. You can see we skipped the 5 and 6 because we added so much acid in. So that is our pH or magic rainbow. And I hope you all have a magic and colorful St. Patrick's Day.